Hello and welcome to another update video about Dogecoin, one of the more interesting coins in the last few days and weeks. So with Dogecoin, we've come down a little bit lower today. It actually shows minus 10% here on TradingView overall. This is not necessarily a sign yet that we are coming down strongly. We are still able to hold support here in this yellow support box. We're going to take a look at that. There are basically two main scenarios that we can follow here. One is a bullish one is a bearish one. It's a question of interpretation here, because we haven't got anywhere in this chart, we haven't got yet a really bullish, let's say we haven't really got a bullish trend that has started yet. It is very early days, and there is just the possibility for a bullish and a bearish interpretation. You need to understand that. The bearish interpretation would be that we came down here in a third wave. We are now moving up in a fourth wave and would come down once more in a fifth wave. In my opinion, sort of into the region between 2 and 4 cents. But how likely is it? I don't know, especially with the current environment, with Elon teasing. It is extremely difficult to forecast this, because this is a coin that is extremely driven by sentiment and controlled by, you could say, the tweets of one person. And there's currently, rumors building, of course, that Doge might be integrated into Twitter using maybe a Binance wallet. So it is challenging at the moment with this one, right? And this is the bearish interpretation. The bullish one would be that we've already bottomed down here and that we've moved up in a wave 1. We came down in a very long wave 2, that this here was a wave 3. And then you could say maybe we already had a 4 and currently pushing up in a 5. Or that all of this here was just the third wave and we are still, that we've already seen the 3, 4, 5. So we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 already. That's possible, but it would be a very short fifth wave. We can zoom in, take a closer look at that. The point is here in the bullish scenario, what we need to see to really get more, let's say, trust in this sort of in a positive bullish breakout. We want to see 5 waves. So we want to see the blue wave count play out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because when you get the first 5 waves to the upside, of a meaningful degree, like this one, then it increases the likelihood that we are in a bullish breakout pattern. At the moment, it is, let's say, rather unclear. Yes, we have something that we can count as a wave 1. We've got something that we can count as a wave 2 correction. We've got something that we can count as a wave 3. We've got something that we can count as a wave 4 here, and we even held support. So again, what I can say is, as long as we're holding the 10-cent level, we can still expect a fifth wave to the upside. If I now go to the 1 hour chart, you can see that we have something that we could count as a fifth wave already, but the problem is it doesn't give a lot of confidence. It's not very clear. It wasn't long enough, really. What I would like to see ideally is a move all the way up to 18 to 19 cents, basically one more leg up. This has become less likely today with us coming down further here, so I can't really count that anymore as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pattern in wave 5 in blue. It's become very unlikely now. So the way I have to count this now is, I could say that we have seen here an overshooting wave B. We came down in an A, overshooting wave B, and we're coming down in C next. And that wave 4 was never finished. That gives us another chance to rally in a fifth wave, as long as we're holding the 10-cent level. And the target for that would be around 18 to 19 cents. However, what I can clearly tell you, if we drop below the 10-cent level, then I have to assume that either we are playing out the bearish option or that we are already in this wave 2. Because then wave 1 would already be done, basically here, right? We count this here as the fifth wave, the highest high, even though it's a bit too short. So it's not ideal. That's all we can do. We can only look for, let's say, the most ideal wave patterns. So the point, just very simply, reminds here that as long as we're holding the 10-cent level, we can still expect a higher high in wave 5, which means We don't need to necessarily expect it as a primary expectation, but it is still possible and likely in the current wave count, which means this is a key support area that could fulfill its bullish potential, right? And where the market has another chance to turn around. Why is this area so important? Because if I draw the fibs all the way up to the top of the wave 3, you can see this is the area between the 23.6 and the 50% fib level. And this is an area where you would normally see the wave 4 reverse. Now, what happens if we drop below that level? Well, again, then it could either be a wave 2 or it could be the bearish scenario. And then we need to pay especially we need to pay special attention to different support levels. Then we would have to look at the area all the way down, well, basically starting at the 10-cent level, right? But then all the way down to, yeah, you could say 7 cents. And then it's the 7-cent level. That's sort of the, let's say short-term more bearish option. But in a wave 2, you can come down lower. We would then have to assume wave 1 is already done, right? We come down in wave 2. But this is really the last resort for the bulls, the last chance for the bulls. If we drop below the 7-cent level, which is the 78.6% fib level, then I think the bearish variant will play out, because a wave 2 would normally not drop below the 78.6% fib level. So it's a bit of a, it's a bit of a difficult one here. It's also, I think at the moment, up here, it was already time to realize some profits. It all depends on, if you bought down here, certainly. If you only just bought, you're probably at a loss, so that wouldn't be good. I said repeatedly in videos, I wouldn't buy in here, because all you could expect is maybe one more wave 5 up, maybe, right? And it is basically at the level of exhaustion already. Yeah, there isn't much more in there. But the point is, another good entry point would be then this wave 2 that I'm looking forward to. And if it doesn't hold the support, the 78.6% fib level, then at least the stop loss can be set very, very tight, because you know by using the Elliott wave method where the key invalidation points are, which is here, for example, the 78.6% retracement level. Now, this is not invalidation point, but below this level, the invalidation will get very likely. Real invalidation point is the 4.9 cent level. Now, certainly we have an increase in volume, and we, on the daily chart, if we go to the daily chart, you can see that we have only just started to reduce positive momentum. So this is now interesting how this is going to continue, because if this is going to continue over the next few days, you're most likely going to see a serious retracement down, and that something could happen, as it happened many times before, where you peaked here at this basically with the histogram on the MACD, and then came down quite strongly, and where you might have then even come into the bearish range. Now, the RSI was overbought. Said many times that we are in a very overheated environment here, that the RSI is overheated. At some point you will get that strong correction down. The question that comes now is only, is this the wave 4 scenario in which we will rally once more in a wave 5? Is it the wave 2, or is it even the bearish scenario? And in this video, you should have learned all the key and relevant support and resistance levels, as well as the invalidation points. So as you can clearly see here, short-term momentum at the moment is down. The MACD on the 4-hour chart confirms that. It's just a question, when do we see the 4-hour move to the upside? I can't see it yet, because the longer this goes to the downside, you will also see a reaction, or you will see the daily chart continue to head down. The daily MACD, the momentum on the daily, and depending on how strong this momentum declines, this will determine, can we hold the wave 4 support area here at 10 cents, or do we morph into the short-term more bearish option? Okay, that's my update about Doge. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.